All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue our review for logic. MGF 1106, I'm still on page 60. Well, this is page 65, yes. And we're looking at sample test 2 in your booklet. We're asked to fill in this truth table. We know this has 4 rows because it's made of 2 statements. So the first 2 are given. The negation of P is easy, right? We just look at the P column and reverse it, making it false, false, true, true. We negate it, take the different truth value. The negation of Q is also easy to fill in. Instead of true, false, it will be false, true, true. Okay. Now, P implies Q. Remember, the only time an implication is wrong is when P is true and Q is false. That's the only time it's wrong. For example, I said, if I win $50, I will take you to the movies. If I won the $50 and didn't take you to the movies, true implies false, that would be a lie. And that's the only time that's a lie. So true implies true is true. True implies false is false. That's my lie. False implies true is true. And false implies false is true. Again, the only time an implication is wrong is when you begin with a true premise and you have a false conclusion. That can't happen because you lied. Okay. Now, the negation of P implies the negation of Q. Well, let's look at these 2 columns. Negation of P in the front, negation of Q in the back. False implies false is true. False implies true is true. True implies false is false. There's my lie. And true implies true is true. The only time an implication is ever wrong is when true implies false. In other words, I won the $50, but I didn't take you to the movies. Okay. Anytime you can prove that I lied, it's wrong. And the only time you can prove that I lied is when true implies false. All right. My final column tells me to take these 2 columns, and compare them with a biconditional. And if you recall, a biconditional is true when the truth values are the same. So if they're both true, it's true. If they're both false, it's true. And otherwise, it's false. So true, true, since they're the same, it's true. False, true kills it because they're different. True, false kills it because they're different. And true, true is good. So when is a biconditional? Biconditional meaning the double arrow. A biconditional is true when this statement and this statement have the same value. They're either both true or they're both false. If one's true and one's false, then the biconditional is false. Okay, so that is example number 16. And by the way, this would not be a tautology because the last column is not all true.